Okay, so the young Eagle pass rush duo is out here learning from NFL greats, and Nolan Smith is being taught Robert Mathis' secret move. Meanwhile, according to this rookie, the Eagles got the next Budda Baker. So much to break down, including another offensive cut candidate. Plus, last year, before the season started, we were ranked last at this position. Now we're first. And why is Denver Broncos media talking about the Eagles being overrated? Huh? What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. If you rock with our Philadelphia Eagles, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss the videos. So recently, the Eagles held another Autism Foundation, and it was such a great turnout. It was in New Jersey on Ocean Drive. They had food, drinks, music, stuff for the kids to do. It was a lot of fun, or at least it looked like a lot of fun.
They're the only defending Super Bowl champion team in the competition. Landon Dickerson will be in Landon. Are you going to do this? I will stumble with your doing right side, going down fast, right down the chest. Either he goes awesome. Whip out there now. Here he goes, going fast. Oh, gosh! He is leaping, bro. It's like Tennessee man of strong. Oh my God! These guys have the pace right now. Well, I feel so good about a safety position right now. I don't know you guys. He's fighting! Look at the man! Look at the muscles! He's moving. Listen, a white guy can be quarterback in the NFL. He's trying to handle this no problem. Got a shot for the win. He's slithering like a slug. He's slithering like a slug.
Like I said, it looked like fun. However, the Cooper DeJean effect is real. Let's start with on the field, as we already know. Targeted 68 times in 2024 and did not allow a single touchdown. ESPN already has him as the #1 ranked slot corner going into 2025, but it's what he's doing off the field. He's approachable, and the fans love him. You saw his face early in that mob of fans. Again, it's all Philly love, but the Cooper DeJean effect is real. From a pick six on his birthday in Super Bowl 59 to one of the biggest fan favorites on this Eagles team, and it all happened in 1 year. As for Jason Kelce, he took it a little bit too far, if you ask me. He is living his best non-football life, though. Now, there were kids at the Autism Foundation doing football drills, all that good stuff, but hopefully they weren't in attendance for the Speedo reveal. All in all, I love the fact that Jeff Lurie and the Eagles really care about the community and do so much for autism. Moving on to the Eagles possibly having the next Budda Baker at safety. Andrew Mukuba recently spoke with Dave Speedo, and when asked about who he is as a player and what he's going to bring to the Eagles, this is what he had to say. There are guys like Budda Baker, Cardinals, and Brian Branch, Lions, who are similar in size to me, and they have been guys I've kind of patterned myself after, Mukuba said, as shared by Speedo. I'm going to be aggressive and smart and play with everything I have, all my heart. I have a lot of energy, and I've always had energy. And so for me to go out on the field and have fun, it's kind of like being at the park with your friends playing ball, being physical, and helping my team win. That's all that matters, helping the Eagles win. I want to do my part, perfect my role, and enjoy everything about being a Philadelphia Eagle. I absolutely love the answer, and it's not me comparing them to Brian Branch or Budda Baker. That's him saying we're the same size, and I've studied their game, and I play like them. Again, when you watch this film, you understand why the Eagles drafted him in the second round. Not only is he going to be able to play safety for us, but if we need him here, need him there, he's going to be able to do it. Prior to playing safety, he played in the nickel, and at Texas, he was utilized a multitude of ways, pretty much a defensive Swiss Army knife. The one knock is his size. But as he talked about, he knows how to play smart and he plays with his heart. The dude is not afraid to come down and hit somebody, regardless if it's a wide receiver, tight end, or even a running back. However, with training camp still on its way, July 22nd, or 26 days away, we're going to see how all that shakes out because I do not see Cindy Brown just rolling over and letting Andrew Mukuba take the starting safety job. And I do think that Fangio likes what Cindy Brown brings. He hasn't seen much of him because the injuries kept piling up and he's never really been able to get on the field. But he looked good versus the Giants, who did have their starters on the field to end the season. I know the first thing that comes to Eagle fans' mind is how wild he is and some of the tackles he missed. He got to work on that. And if there's anybody to work on that with him, it's Vic Fangio. Staying with the defense, but moving back down to the defensive line, Anthony DeBona tweeted yesterday that Nolan Smith and Jalyx are both attending this year's Sack Summit in Las Vegas. Philadelphia's young edge rush duo is learning from some of the NFL's best like Max Crosby and Cam Jordan ahead of training camp. Jalyx has been taking this possible promotion to starting defensive end really serious all offseason. He was in the lab working out, and now he's at the Sack Summit learning as much as he can from not just Eagle players, but also great pass rushers around the NFL. Brian Baldinger was also there, and he recorded Nolan Smith talking with the legend, Robert Mathis, once upon a time defensive end for the Indianapolis Colts. He also was considered undersized as a defensive end and made a monster career at sacking the quarterback.
Ice pick like trap.
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
So when offensive
Either
line,
way, you got him on your back.
Either way. So let's go through it again. So here. So when the O-lineman try to recover his hand, all he's doing is pushing you towards the surface.
Yeah.
Towards the target, which is
Yep.
the quarterback.
Yep.
So it's chop, rip, chop, spin, ice pick.
Gotcha.
Chop, spin, ice pick.
Okay.
So chop, spin, ice pick. Here we go. Gain ground. Gain ground. Gain ground too. That's always gain. Yes, sir. See when it's been like a hurricane.
Can y'all say double-digit sack year loading for Nolan Smith? I can.
Watch Nolan Smith go through this drill that Robert Mathis right here just talked about. Just see him, just see the agility of Nolan Smith right here. Spin, drop, ice pick, no. There we go, nice.
Speed kills. Remember, Nolan Smith ran a 4.39. He is quick, and now he's using Robert Mathis' spin technique. He gonna be a problem. While we're still talking about the defensive side of the ball, let's move back a little bit to the linebacker position. Last year, going into the 2024 season, the Eagles were the 32nd ranked linebacker unit per Pro Football Focus. Yes, 32, which means dead last. Now, even with the injuries to Nakobe Dean and first-round draft pick Jaha Campbell, Pro Football Focus has us number 1 in the NFL in their top 10 linebacker units. That's crazy. 1 year, we go from dead last to number 1. And as I said, yeah, Nakobe Dean and Jaha Campbell are injured right now, but eventually they will get healthy, they will play this year, and the rotation is going to be legit. Meanwhile, we'll continue to see what the rookie Smile Munden has to offer. And of course, second-year linebacker who did play good when he needed to fill in. I'm talking Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Even if we get Zach Bond and Trotter Jr. early on in the season to make sure the two other linebackers are A-OK when they get the green light to come in, because we know that the season is going to be long and we going to need everybody. I'm fine with it. I'm a believer in Jeremiah Trotter Jr., but once Nakobe Dean and first-round pick Jaha Campbell are healthy, it's going to be interesting to see what Fangio does at the linebacker position. Eagle fans, this is not a dream. Pinch yourself in the arm if you don't believe me. Yes, we got the number 1 linebacker unit with one of the best linebackers in the game on the Eagles. It's been a long time since we could say that. Flipping things to the offensive side of the ball, Saquon Barkley was on a golfer's podcast. I forgot his name, but one of the things that Saquon Barkley said during the video is going viral on Twitter. Saquon Barkley said, and I quote, I just became a Christian not too long ago. I feel like for me, I don't think it's a coincidence that the best year I had in my career, I found my faith. It gives me some clarity in life. Barkley shared via Grant Harvat's YouTube channel. I'm glad that he found God, and it ain't a coincidence, but he also found the Philadelphia Eagles, and we also found Saquon Barkley, and it was a match made in heaven, literally. Staying on the offensive side of the ball, a guy who I believe just got to Philly, but I think will be cut. He will not make the 53-man roster. That is quarterback Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Remember, we traded Kenny Pickett to the Browns to bring him over to the Eagles. And at the time, I said it's a good idea. You move Tanner McKee from quarterback 3 to quarterback 2. You get another guy who plays similar to Jalen Hurts to develop and see what he could become. But then you go ahead and draft Kyle McCord out of Syracuse, who can definitely sling the rock. He's a little bit more mobile than people give him credit for. And thus far, during OTAs, which is only in shorts, I understand that, but he's been impressing. So I don't think that Dorian Thompson Robinson is going to make the roster. The Eagles won't carry 4 quarterbacks, and it's going to be Jalen Hurts number 1, Tanner McKee number 2, and Kyle McCord number 3. This is what I honestly believe. The Eagles do care about their drafted players, and the upside of Kyle McCord, I just believe, is higher than DTR. I do like the style of play being similar to Jalen Hurts from DTR, but it is what it is. Thompson Robinson is entering his 3rd NFL season after spending the last 2 years in Cleveland. Over that span, he appeared in 15 total games, including 5 starts, and has a 1-4 record to show for it. 1 touchdown pass, 10 interceptions, and 187 yards rushing. As we get closer to training camp, and of course, once training camp comes, we're going to be talking about guys I think will not make the roster. It's a little early, but I don't see DTR making it simply because the way the Philadelphia Eagles feel about Kyle McCord, his skill set, what he was able to do in college, and thus far he has a leg up in OTAs per multiple reports. We will see when training camp comes if DTR can show out, but again, I don't see the Eagles letting go of a draft pick they just drafted. Now let's move on to an AFC team, the Denver Broncos. And you're probably thinking, why are you talking about the Denver Broncos? It's because they talking about us. The challenge crystallizes in week 5. The Broncos host the Eagles. Denver's DNVR podcast crew didn't mince words assessing Philly. I think the Eagles are overrated, stated Ryan Koeisenberg bluntly. Henry something quickly agreed. Why the skepticism? He continued to say, they just lost a lot. Keisenberg explained, Chusholm hammered it home. Yeah, and they were thin before. It's a thin team who lost a lot of good players. Ouch. That's a direct shot at Sirianni's revamped roster. Okay. We'll see you week 5. Denver, you got a nice up-and-coming team. Patrick Surtain is nice. We got 2 lockdown corners. All I'm going to say is this. I can't wait for the season to start. I don't want to hear Denver people saying, oh, that's a super team, come week 5. It is what it is. We gonna run through you guys, even in Denver. Lastly, let's talk about this real quick, but I'll pull it up on the screen. DeVonta Smith, the Slim Reaper, postseason receiving yards, franchise leader, 595 yards in the postseason, 4 years in the NFL. I love the fact that he is the most slept on wide receiver 2. On so many teams, he would be wide receiver 1. He plays his best in the biggest games and is such a team player. All he cares about is winning, like most of the guys on the Philadelphia Eagles. Shout out to DeVonta Smith. I was so happy when we drafted him. With all that being said, I go by Philly Mike, just the Philly Talk Podcast. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. I absolutely love hearing from y'all. Until next time, y'all know what time it is. Muscle up, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the videos. We out.